Hi everybody, I'm Crystal Asham. This is only my first year of doing comedy, so I'm still on the cards. It's actually, it's only been a year. My first show was last May 29th. Here we go. No. I've done a few more shows, but now you can listen to this one. Please. So someone told me that fat has better memory than muscle. I said, do you know why that is? It's because when you're fat, every damn person in the world reminds you of it.
Really?
Especially when you offended them. Because, fat people know they're fat. We don't need a reminder. But here are a couple of signs that told me I'd gained weight. One time I went to the zoo and I wore an animal print, and the zookeeper came out with his tank gun and tried to shoot me. And another sign, he actually tried to usher me into the cougar cage, but I was like, Another sign that I was gaining weight was I stepped on my bathroom scale, and instead of displaying numbers, it just started screaming! But being fat isn't all that bad. There are a bunch of men out there that are chubby chasers. I see a couple of you out there. And since I started dating, it has come to my attention that I'm a triple threat girl. Crazy, psycho, stalker. Well, I'm not really a stalker. Who considers stalking getting some fresh air in the bushes outside of someone's house? Someone asked me why I'm still single, and I said, I don't know. It might have a little to do with the fact that I'm a crazy bitch. At my therapist's office, there was a magazine article and it said 15 ways to build your self-esteem. And the first thing on that list was brush your teeth. Come on. The people that read this magazine must be really pathetic. The reason they don't have friends isn't their self-esteem. It's because they don't have nice breath. What's their next piece of advice? Wipe your ass? So I saw this other article and it said, is it love or is it mania? I went out with this guy, I really liked him, and it got me to thinking, is this love or is this mania? And then I realized just how ridiculous that was, because it was actually ecstasy. We popped those suckers and I fell in love. My ex, he recently sobered up, and he pisses me off with all these get sober pep talks. I told him, look man, I'm doing a harm reduction program. So instead of punching him in the face every time he gives me the pep talk, I settle for slapping him around a little bit. I am doing harm reduction though, and I'm doing so much better. Before, I was getting wasted drunk like 3 or 4 times a week, and not remembering how I got home. But now, it's only once a week. And just so you know, tonight's that night. But I am remembering how I got home. But the cops at the drunk tank say it's not a good thing when you're waking up here in the morning. I went to the liquor store the other day, and I went to the liquor store the other day, and let's just say they kind of know who I am. And I go up to the cashier, and he sees me so often that he offered me a VIP. He said, when you spend enough money, you get a free bottle with the points that you earn. I was like, well, it's great to have a goal in life. In therapy, we're doing some inner child work, and sometimes my inner child takes over. I met these guys, and they basically wanted me to commit check fraud. In my head, it was like a mini-wheats commercial. My frost inside was like, yay, let's do it! And my whole inside said, holy fiber, I think this is illegal. A while back, I was pretty depressed, and I had a hard time getting out of bed. So my therapist wrote a letter to my doctor outlining all of my issues. Well, it started out as a letter, but ended up as a best-selling novel. My doctor had to fill out a form so I could get welfare, and it had all sorts of questions on it, like how long I needed welfare, when was the last time I was employed, and how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. One of the questions welfare asked was, does my condition impact my ability to get a job? Well, there's not a lot of jobs I can do while I'm sleeping, unless I make it into the government. When I was on welfare, they made me attend a pre-employment program. They asked me all types of questions, like, why do you need pre-employment? How will it benefit you? And can you stop going through my purse? I told her I'm on welfare, I need to make some goddamn money. At the pre-employment office, we did all sorts of workshops. One was aptitude testing. It turns out I have an aptitude for sleeping in until 4. These tests are so inaccurate. I sleep until 3:30, no later. I was disappointed with the substance abuse class. Apparently they want you to quit. Yeah, I thought it would have topics like how to find a dealer, scoring when you're broke, how to make meth out of table salt and pancake mix. Apparently you just add water. Recently, a meteor threatened Earth, so I wrote my kids a letter. What to do in case of an emergency. I told them I loved them both and that they could survive. I told my son that he should take care of his sister if Armageddon happens. But if Armageddon doesn't happen, make sure you pick up those damn dishes and do them for Christ's sakes. My son hasn't been going to school. When he started high school, he missed 156 classes before they told me. They said, they wanted to give him a chance to break the world record. They actually called to congratulate him, and they said they didn't want him to fall behind. I said, you waited until my son missed 156 classes before you called me? And you're worried about him being slow? They did get better though. The next year, they called after he missed 100 classes. They figured, now he's the world champion, he doesn't have to try so hard. So we went to talk to the Aboriginal enhancement worker about how we could support my son to start going to classes. And the best solution was just to handcuff him to his desk. They make all these excuses for kids these days. Our society has failed our youth, right? So yeah, my son didn't fail math class, society failed it. But I didn't see society out playing Call of Duty until 3 in the morning during math class and during math class. So someone asked me if I thought I was perpetuating negative stereotypes with some of my jokes just because I'm Native. I said I don't think so, but I really don't have the time to tell you why, because I have to take my mom to bingo now. That's me.
You know what? I don't have that. I don't have a problem with that word. Like you said, fat. I call it fluffy. Oh yeah. Don't you like that word better, fluffy? Yeah, I do. Build it. You know why the good Lord always gave us belly buttons for, eh? Walks by and you're done. Hey. All right, who's our next act here? Before I take over. No, just kidding.